make sure that we have a quorum before we begin. I'm going to do a quick roll call. President Nebaker?
I'm here.
Councilor Henderson?
Here.
Councilor Rosinkin?
Here.
Councilor Welch?
Here.
Councilor Butler is here. Councilor Sorensen?
Here.
All right, we in fact have a quorum. Councilor Attorney Sweeten, are you here?
Present.
All right. And we have Fire Chief is here, Police Chief is here, the Director of Public Works is here, of course, Systems is here, and the Clerk is here. Mr. Sullivan, are you on the phone by any chance? Hearing none. Alice Kelly, are you on the phone? Hearing none. All right. We have a quorum. At this time, wherever you're at, please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. At this time, this is a special meeting, and you can see the items there having to do with the annex, transfer of funds, and a resolution. And then, of course, adjournment at the end. The action items are 4, 5, and 6. The chair will entertain a motion to approve the agenda as distributed.
Mayor?
Yes.
Councilman Nebaker, I make a motion that we approve the agenda as presented.
All right.
I'll second it.
Okay, that's going to be Councilor Rosinkin. The main motion having been made by President Nebaker to accept the agenda as presented. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Are there any opposed? If so, say nay. Are there any abstentions? If so, please indicate who you are and that you abstain. Hearing none of the latter two, the chair declares it's unanimous. The agenda is approved. So, that being the case, Mr. Knittel is here to explain why we're here. Mr. Knittel.
Mayor and Council, thanks again for coming and being part of this special meeting. I'll try and keep this as concise as I can. As you know, we've been working towards some of these CARES Act funding projects, and one of the projects we've been talking to you about over the last several meetings is the annex building, specifically the second floor of the annex, and making that a more permanent, usable space for emergency operations. I know there's several action items, but I'll just give you a quick synopsis of how we got where we're at, and then take up those action items individually. But we did submit for the project proposal to include construction and technology upgrades, as well as backup generator upgrades to that facility. We had to submit justification letters to the Coronavirus Financial Advisory Subcommittee that oversees these different project submissions. With that, we had to get on their agenda and present to them and justify the cost expenditures that they meet the criteria as outlined by the U.S. Treasury Department for these funds. So we participated, like I said, we went to the first meeting and actually had to break out the costs to some more specifics for a second round of meetings with them. And I will say that they are definitely doing their job in going through these projects that are submitted and making sure that they fit. And they're denying a lot of projects. We were fortunate after the second meeting to, for the most part, get a majority of the project funded. You have some attachments in your packets. You can see on this, on one of the lists titled JSE Enterprises, I've kind of lined out the items that they did not fund, that they did not feel like met the criteria for the CFAC funding. So ultimately what we're after tonight is to proceed forward with the project. The initial project cost was around $165,000. They're funding all of it minus $24,000 of the project. So getting the capital improvement and upgrade and usability of that building and that floor space, we felt still was definitely worth exploring, pulling those funds from general fund savings to facilitate the entire project and carry that forward. Again, Council, I know there's several action items. I guess if there's any questions thus far from what I've explained, happy to answer any of those before we keep moving forward.
Hearing none.
Okay. Mayor, I think we can probably start going through the action items. I don't have anything extra to add at this point unless Council has some specific questions about the project. Or
Are you going to address specifically transferring the funds? The specifics?
Yeah. So Council, again, in front of you, I have a project outline that breaks down the costs. There's also a emergency resolution for sole sourcing, very similar to what we did for the broadband project, just because of the time crunch. We do have a contractor that can fulfill the obligation and the time frame needed by December. So we have that as an action item. Again, same exact document that we did for the broadband grant, just tailored to this project. And then you can see an explanation letter for the approval to expend up to $24,150 to be allocated from savings for this project.
All right, so those two are obviously connected. Are there, well, so is the resolution. Better segue this way. Are there any questions about any of the action items 4 or 5? Hearing none. That being the case, with regard to 4, what specifically are you asking for?
And Mayor, which one is it?
That's the annex.
Awesome.
Well, that though. Well,
Hold on.
2020. Gosh darn it! I killed that.
What's going on?
Yeah. Yep.
Get a main line out there on
We're still live on the live stream, just so you know.
What did you do? What did you what?
Watch what you're saying.
Yeah. Still recording. But we lost the, no we didn't. We lost the phone.
Where's the generator?
We don't have a generator here.
Didn't we use it?
Nope. Council, you still there? Council, you there? Perfect. We do have a power outage at City Hall, so we're. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, same at City Hall and same at Tona's house, so.
We're
Yeah.
still recording. So.
Mayor, do we want to have council come here? Finish the meeting in the dark?
We can do it around the table. If they can hear though.
Yes.
We don't have to.
Well, we could certainly,
As long as
Mayor,
they
we
can
could
hear.
certainly use this. We still have the live stream and the council can hear us through this speakerphone here.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's a battery backup that's running for the projector. Well, not the projector, the computer, the recording computer.
Well, this tells me we need a generator.
What is the, if it's,
Counselor Sweeten, are you still on?
Counselor Sweeten?
Right.
He may have been on a computer or something that lost power too. Yeah, everybody.
You open up the door for
Yeah. Okay. Yes, sir. Okay, all right, sounds good, thank you.
Clifton Nebaker, are you on?
That was him. He's gonna come down here, he said, and whatever you decide, he'll be here.
Counselor Bazinkin, are you on?
Rosinkin, can you hear us?
Counselor Welch, are you on?
Tom.
Okay, Rosinkin's gonna come in. Let's spread people out over here. Rosinkin's coming in. Get,
I'm here.
Okay, right here's for you.
Is that for me?
Yep.
let's get to Counselor Swanson.
No more gremlins.
Spread out in here. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jake, are you back on? Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's pretty widespread. Yeah, just turn that off.
It'll be fine. 1, 2, 3. You got one more coming? And Michelle's still on?
Michelle's still on?
I don't think anybody is.
Antona's still on?
Okay, so I'll have everybody here. Okay.
I'm just shutting everything off.
We have a quorum, but we'll wait for. And you're still recording?
Yeah, it's still, recording is still going.
Yeah.
It hasn't been shut off. It looked like
Monitor's dark, so.
it wasn't when I looked at it. Well, there's all
Anybody else in power now? And the YouTube stream's still going, we could use for recording.
All right. Gosh, I have to take notes now.
Shorthand?
Do you have your?
They still do that?
Your pocket recorder?
Agenda
I
right
see
here.
my desk.
Can I use my phone to pull up my agenda or is that? Can I use my phone to pull up the agenda?
Sure.
Oh, thank you.
I do it in my-
Yeah, the power's up. Yeah,
I hope
we
it's
need,
charged.
I'll go check the fire station here in a minute. Just see how we're at over there. Yeah, but if it's out for an extended period of time, it's good to- I'll just check and see. Be a good class for everybody.
That's a big outage because it's out down at the water plant. And usually that's a separate section of the grid, so.
Dispatch, just a second.
But shouldn't be.
Dispatch, just a
We could open this door, there's light too.
So who hit what?
they're working down there.
At substation.
Usually if they have large outages like that that are planned, they let you know.
Couldn't see the barracks, that was good.
All right, we got some light now. We'll get some action.
Council, where I left off, just going over the action items and the documents pertaining to them. What we're initially looking for from action item 4 is just general approval of the project as outlined in the remodel letter. There is a motion verbiage at the bottom of that document, followed by the resolution to sole source, and then followed by the appropriation of the funds, all of which have those motions attached to them.
Man,
I got it, Rob. Yep.
yeah, who, was that, Councilor Henderson? Okay. All right, the main motion has been made by Councilor Henderson, and that is to approve the annex building upgrade remodel project in the total amount of $158,469.64, contingent on the project pre-approval through the Idaho State Controller's Office. Chair will entertain a motion, or will entertain a second at this time. Not until I call him. Okay. And seconded by Councilor Welch. Is there any further discussion with regard to that motion? Taking a roll call. President Neberger?
Yay.
Councilor Henderson? Councilor Rosinkin? Yay. Councilor Welch? Councilor Butler?
Yay.
Councilor Sorensen?
Yay.
6 yeas, motion passes unanimously. The next matter, action item, has to do with number 5, the approval of the funds transfer from the LGIP account. And what specifically are you asking there for the record?
And again, Council, this is just to appropriate those funds from general fund savings. And again, we've been utilizing the IT grant line to expend out funds for these projects, just to keep them in a kind of a one spot for us in the clerk's office to track all of this stuff. So again, the motion would be to approve the appropriation up to $24,150 of general fund savings to be utilized on the annex building remodel project.
All right. Chair will entertain a motion at this time. Councilor Henderson? All right. Motion has been made to approve the appropriation of up to $24,150 of the general fund savings to be utilized on the annex building remodel project. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. I'll give it to Councilor Butler. That way his name gets in. Motion has been made and seconded to approve the appropriation of up to $24,150 of the general fund savings to be utilized on the annex building remodel project. Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none. Doing a roll call. President Neberger?
Yay.
Councilor Henderson?
Yay.
Councilor Rosinkin?
Yay.
Councilor Welch? Councilor Butler?
Yay.
And Councilor Sorensen?
Yay.
6 yeas, unanimous, motion passes. All right, with regard to the resolution, do you have anything to add?
No, nothing to add to the resolution, council. Again, same thing as we did for the broadband project and reviewed and approved by Councilor Sweeten.
All right. Is there a motion with regard to resolution R 2020-12? The resolution of the City Council of the City of Emmett, Idaho, authorizing emergency expenditures under Title 67 of the Idaho Code as set forth in the resolution. Yes. Yes, Councilor Henry. All right.
I'll second it.
Motion has been made by Councilor Henderson. Councilor Rosinkin has seconded that motion. Is there any further discussion with regard to resolution, proposed resolution R 2020-12?
Does the mayor need a sign?
Yeah, and that's a matter of law, but does the motion include the mayor to sign? All right, is it second include? All right, we got it. Any further discussion? All right. Then I will ask via voice, roll call. President Neberger.
Yay.
Councilor Henderson.
Yay.
Councilor Rosinkin.
Yay.
Councilor Welch. Councilor Butler.
Yay.
And Councilor Sorensen.
Yay.
6 yeas, motion passes unanimously.
Mayor,
Yes.
I would like to make the motion to adjourn.
Motion has been made to adjourn by Councilor Rosinkin. By Councilor Welch. All those, or was it Henderson? Oh. Then I will change that. Let the record reflect it was Councilor Henderson who seconded the motion. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, council.
Thanks. Where's the power?
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if we have power in this.